the college essay is dead. Nobody is prepared for how AI will transform academia. With this December 2022 headline, we grabbed our faculty's attention immediately. But it was not just academia that was transformed by generative AI. Let's have a close look and dive deep into how we learn things, how we do it today. I remember that one cold spring afternoon when I bumped into this high school student. Let's call him Max. Max was buzzing with excitement about his first encounter with ChatGPT. He had to write an essay for one of his course assignments. And like many of us, Max is a master in last-minute hustle. And that's, when you run out of time, that's when you turn to ChatGPT for a little help. Fascinated by the speed and precision with which the bot wrote his outline, he thought, why not try a few lines more, like one abstract? The result? The professor praised his paper for its eloquence and structure. Strike! Maybe not so much. This victory actually tasted bittersweet. What if ChatGPT can outdo his best essay attempts, tackle his coding exercises he has to do for the fundamental of computer science class? All these long years studying at university for nothing? What about his dream management job can be better done by ChatGPT? Whoa. Had he not heard whispers that the higher educated among us are more threatened by AI? A recent study, only published a month ago by McKinsey, did tell that in the past, automation technologies affected those with lesser skills. But AI, it's flipping the script. Those tasks usually prepared for us, the well-educated, they can be done now at ease. Does that mean I don't need a degree anymore? So it's actually just the skills that are necessary? Yeah, I also had to ponder on that for a moment. Because, it's natural. We all want to shine for our skills. We want to contribute to set the mark. But rather than feeling threatened by AI, we should look at it at our own personal little helper. What if it's just not a tool, but something that can help us improve our skills and find innovative solutions for everyday tasks? So let me show you how I personally use ChatGPT. Step 1. I tasked ChatGPT to generate an outline for my next presentation on the impact of fast fashion. Sure enough, within seconds, I have a great structure dissecting social, ecological, and economical aspects. Step 2. Since I'm a very visual person and I love to work with mind maps, I go a little further. I ask it to do a mind map with branches and sub-branches. And if I nudge it a little more, I can even ask if it could provide me with the syntax code that I could just implement into the next mind mapping platform, and voila, here we go, that's what I get. But this is not it. Now comes step number 3, and that's what I like best, because that's when I want to become creative. So I ask ChatGPT to combine the impact of fast fashion with the metaphor of fast food. Then I take this prompt, put it into Lexica, that's a text-to-image bot, and I get presented with this. Isn't it cool? I find it a great visual for my next presentation. So the horizon is endless. For me, ChatGPT is like a sprinkle of magic in my everyday life, like a little magic wand. And by the way, I confess, of course, ChatGPT was my daily companion while preparing for this TED Talk. Not to write my talk, but to help me with writer's block, anxiety, and the mixing up of the P and the T in the ChatGPT. It didn't work. Thank you, dyslexia. But anyway, but now that we have had a look at ChatGPT, now I can't do it anymore. Let's also have a look at how it works. So ChatGPT is the product of a vast amount of text data trained to recognize patterns and then generate questions out of the information it has been fed. While we don't exactly know what information the bot is trained with, we do know that all large language models have biases. Biases are inherently human. There are over 180 cognitive biases influencing our decisions. While you might know the popular biases like race or gender, there are some lesser-known biases there. One example is the automation bias. That's our natural tendency to trust machines that ease our cognitive burden. Now you might know why ChatGPT is so hugely successful. What biases cloud your decision? Ever heard of the self-serving bias? It's that sneaky little voice inside your head that says, I aced that exam. Yes, I'm basically the love child of Albert Einstein and Hermione Granger. But what if you bomb it? Oh, then of course it's all the professor's fault because he wrote these cryptic questions or took them from an alien exam. It's all external factors, has nothing to do with me. A recent German study shed light on ChatGPT's bias, revealing a left libertarian pro-environment ideology. If the bot would have voted in the 2021 elections in Germany and the Netherlands, it would have voted green. About the same would happen if ChatGPT would do the Swiss voting advice system. You all know it, Smart Vote, and you would end up with a smart spider that looks like the one from a green liberal. So it's like left upper corner on the matrix. Now you might never use ChatGPT again if you're in the complete opposite corner of the political landscape. But to make this clear, democracy is driving on political diversity. We must engage in different narratives and must always strive for inclusive and accurate information. You are the torchbearers of tomorrow. You are in charge of creating a more equitable, peaceful, and fair society. Earlier this year, I did a survey with all high school students that attended one of my online webinars about the bot. I asked them, give me one word that tells you what comes on the top of your mind when you think about ChatGPT. And this one word was efficiency. But there was also another word sneaking up. It's cheating. Referring to the example I made earlier today, did Max cheat when he used ChatGPT to write his essay? Well, by the standards of University of St. Gallen, he would have if he would not have declared the use for his assignment. But he's also enforced to tell if he used DeepL or Grammarly. Whoa, do you do that when you write your essays? Isn't it common to use spell check tools? What's the fuss all about if it's just a tool? Well, I think by now you all realized that ChatGPT is more than just a tool. The problem here is to find balance. Whenever you submit your assignment, it should reflect your own personal voice. This is why you are at university, to find your very own well-grounded critical voice. This is what academic integrity means. If you can't uphold with academic integrity, you should probably not sit here. If we don't manage to handle the difficulties, universities might blacklist ChatGPT. And do we really want this? Let's share one last example with you. A recent study by University of California, San Diego did compare the answers of ChatGPT with the answers of doctors they gave on a medical advice platform. The result? ChatGPT was not only more accurate, it shared also more empathy. Whoa! Does that mean we should replace doctors by bots in the examination room? Probably not. The problem is not the machine. The problem is our dwindling ability to connect with others. We must connect with others, with nature, even with the unspoken vibe in a room. That's what sets us apart. It's our profound capacity of understanding and empathy. So the promise of AI isn't just efficiency. It's time. Time we gain to invest in authentic human interaction. Machines can assist, guide, even inspire us, but they can never replace the depth of human connections and emotions. So it's clear, we're all fascinated by generative AI. I showed you today what it all can do. But still, if we work for a future, if we trust on technology to build a better future, it's just because we want to achieve a more bright, a more human future. So what we need to do is not just adapt to the future, but shape it together. Thank you.